If you already know this, watch it, learn it better, and you can help someone out if they're having this problem. If you don't know this, pay attention and know you can always come back to this. I'm going to put a copy of this inside the week 3 mission log so you'll know where to look for it. If in Photoshop or Illustrator, it doesn't matter. If you click, it has has one of those checks or a cloud, or if you're back here in Home and it doesn't have that, see these little checks here? And when you click on this, if nothing happens, quit the program, relaunch it, click it again, it should open. Only one student had to quit twice, and then it worked. Now, that's part 1. Part 2 is once your file's open and you're ready to save it, to put it on your portfolio, number 1, make sure you've saved this either to the cloud or to your documents folder. And then once it's saved, it has a name, and you're going to save out a file that conforms to that same name, Photoshop or Illustrator, exactly the same place. File, Export, Save for Web. And I don't use this. See where it is? File, Export, Save for Web. I do Shift, Option, Command, S. And that brings up the Save for Web dialog box. In Photoshop or Illustrator, same exact thing. Both of them, the first time you go here, this is set up for a GIF for whatever reason. I don't know what GIF, but it comes up as a GIF. If you see this color table, you're in the wrong place. This has 128 colors. You want, or 256 max. You want 16.7 million colors. So we go to JPEG high. And this is for the web. There's no transparency in this. And even if there is, you want a JPEG because you want to save this out for your portfolio. But here's the big problem. You got to check the image size. This won't work. This is too large. It will be rejected by our site. Now, I've been having you work at 1920 by 1080. A good rule of thumb is no larger than 2,000 pixels in either direction. And if it's square or nearly so, make sure this is locked, not unlocked. See, that's unlocked. We want this to be locked, and then just change the larger number if it's nearly a square to 1500. If it's a rectangle, if it's wide and narrow or tall and narrow, go ahead and take the larger one, and if it's width, make it 2000. If it's height, make it 1500. Why? Because look at your monitor. It's wider than it is tall, right? So now, and you do that, and you just hit Tab, and then that applies. Never make it bigger in Photoshop. In Illustrator, if you've got a little small image, you can make it larger as long as you're not working with a photograph. And then you just save this out, and it's going to save out a copy. Again, save it into either your Documents folder. This is inside my Documents. Oh, and if this is real little, there's a little checkbox here. This is terrible, click this. See that little guy? Click it, open it up, and then you can see where you are. So if I go into Documents, I've got a folder here that I've been working in. And then Pixel Grid, we've got it saved, but this one is 1500. So I'm just going to add that. Don't rename the whole thing. The program handles that part. You handle this part. But don't change the name of this file because you want it the same as your large file. I'm going to come back. There's one more video.